This is AMD Radeon RX 6500 XT review. The AMD Radeon RX 6500 XT could not have come soon enough. AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 are among the most expensive graphics cards available, despite no fault of AMD or NVIDIA. It remains an affordable graphics card that delivers solid performance in most PC games. This is particularly true if you do not intend to maximize every setting. AMD Radeon RX 6500 XT graphics cards are currently available for $199, about £150, $270 Australian dollars, with third-party versions exceeding that. You should opt for the Radeon RX 6600 if the price of that device is close to the price of the 6500 XT you are considering. In spite of its lower performance, AMD's Radeon RX 6500 XT is still a RDNA 2 card, and it brings all of AMD's next-generation features to the budget graphics card segment, even though it has difficulty handling ray tracing and smart access memory. In AMD's current lineup, the closest graphics card to the Radeon RX 6500 XT is the Radeon RX 6600, which has 28 compute units, or 1792 stream processors. When combined with the 16 MB of Infinity Cache, the memory bandwidth equals around 231 GB per second, which is similar to what you would find in a GCN card, although the Radeon RX 6500 XT cannot compete with that speed. In addition to that, this card also has access to all the software features provided by the rest of the AMD RDNA 2 lineup. With the Fidelity FX Super Resolution, FSR, this graphics card is going to deliver exceptional performance in the most demanding games. It's a great solution, giving the Radeon RX 6500 XT a chance to turn on ray tracing in games like Far Cry 6, where the lack of processing power would normally make it a mere slideshow. AMD is also working on a driver-wide solution, called Radeon Super Resolution, RSR, which will allow you to upscale any game from a lower resolution. According to our testing, the graphics card consumed 80 watts, about half as much power as the Radeon RX 5500 XT. The performance of these two cards are comparable, but the Radeon RX 6500 XT can now run on very low power PCs, which should put it in the hearts of plenty of non-gaming users. Gigabyte Radeon RX 6500 XT Eagle 4G is 5.5 inches long, has just one 6-pin C power connector, and is a good choice for anyone with a small case that requires some decent graphics performance. As for the ports, there are only two, one HDMI and one DisplayPort. A graphics card like this is capable of running pretty much any game out there, but you may need to tweak the settings a bit to achieve 60 frames per second for the most demanding titles. In games such as Metro Exodus and Cyberpunk 2077, you are more likely to use the medium preset than the ultra preset. Forza Horizon 5 and Far Cry 6 actually exceed the 78 FPS mark in the Radeon RX 6500 XT at these settings, although with FSR set to balanced. With ray tracing disabled, the card manages only 51 frames per second in Metro Exodus. Despite the fact that this is a ray tracing graphics card, we do not advise you to turn it on beyond seeing what it looks like before disabling it so you can play. What's interesting about this graphics card, however, is how it compares to its predecessor, the AMD Radeon RX 5500 XT. The Radeon RX 5500 XT 8GB matches or even outperforms the Radeon RX 6500 XT in most games at the same $199 price point. Furthermore, there is no reason to opt for the Radeon RX 6500 XT rather than the RX 5500 XT until the 5500 XT is completely discontinued.